Texas removes suicide hotline from LGBTQ plus site because it could hurt the GOP governor's reelection. The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, DFPS, quietly removed information intended to help prevent LGBTQ plus youth suicide from one of its websites after Governor Greg Abbott, of course the Republican governor, was criticized by a primary opponent for promoting transgender sexual policies to Texas youth. That's an exact quote. The site for Texas Youth Connection, part of DFPS, used to have a page called Gender Identity and Sexual Orientation that had links to various LGBTQ plus youth resources, including a suicide prevention hotline and educational materials. In August, Don Huffins, who is challenging Abbott in the Republican primary, criticized the site in a video posted to Twitter. Watch this.
Hello, Patriots. Well, I've got some new news here that you need to know about. Governor Abbott's political appointees that are running the Department of Family and Protective Services have put out, and it's been on their website, some very disturbing information about our youth. They are promoting transgender sexual policies to Texas youth. You can go to their website, but it's gender identity and sexual orientation. And let me just read this to you. They're talking about helping empower and celebrate lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, allied, non-heterosexual behavior, and it goes on and on. I mean, really? This is Texas. These are not Texas values. These are not Republican Party values, but these are obviously Greg Abbott's values.
I used to love Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. You know how we love everything bigger. Texas toast. Love Texas toast.
Oh, you were talking about toast.
Country music. One of my favorite music genres is country music. But now I just don't even know what to say about this. This is awful. It's dangerous. It's scary.
Me so
and
angry. My blood boils at all these things that are going on in Texas. And I feel really bad for the many friends I have who live in Austin, for example, and Houston, a few big cities, but I have so many friends in Austin, and they're beside themselves with what's going on in that state.
I think what's troubling here is where Texas goes, the country seems to follow. It starts in Texas, then it happens in Florida. And this is a trope we've seen before, making villains out of the most vulnerable amongst us.
Yeah, that's the sad.
Yep.
And it exposes just the hypocrisy of the GOP to say they're pro-life. No, they're pro-life until you exit the womb. And then good luck avoiding guns, good luck avoiding food insecurity, good luck having a roof over your head and not living out of a car. They just do not care if it doesn't make a headline or oppress somebody not exactly like them.
I have a couple of thoughts. First off, who, when you hear "Hello, Patriots," doesn't get a bit of PTSD? Because as you're complimented for being an American patriot, something really horrible next is going to come out of somebody's mouth. The second thing is what we're watching in this example of Huffines is exactly what Republicans are going to face in the midterms. Because even if you are a moderately balanced Republican, you could be ejected because some kind of Trump fanatical, like Huffines, is going to come in and say, look, youth can commit suicide if they're LGBT, and that's fine, because our values don't support them. And as a result, there will be a significant number of the most radical in the Republican Party that will say, yep, that's A-OK because we're patriots. And Abbott could lose the election in Texas for governor. And that's what these Republicans are facing. They've made their own beds to deal with the Trump crazy that is going on. And Abbott is one of the people that potentially could be adversely affected about it. But we're the cannon fodder in what we're watching and what is going to go on. It's very sad. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. like this broadcast, and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+ community.